Hello, I'm Ersilia Menesini from the Department of Educational Science and Psychology at the University of Florence, and together with Benedetta Palladino, I'm going to present a model of intervention we developed in secondary schools in Tuscany. The name of the program is Non cadiamo in trappola. The translation is Let's not fall into a trap or NoTrap. This is a school-based universal intervention that was launched in 2008 with the aim of preventing and combating both traditional bullying and cyberbullying. This program was progressively revised on the basis of the implementation and evaluation of the different editions. It is based on a theoretical model which tries to combine recent findings on the problem. The starting point was a double consideration of the virtual world. On one end, ICT use can increase the risk of cyberbullying. Nevertheless, the same technology may also be used to enhance positive behaviors and to protect students from the same risk they face online. Bullying and cyberbullying are complex behavior influenced by the interplay between individual and social contextual factors. The group dynamic shows that the bystanders have the potential to influence the situation in different ways. They can reinforce the bully by joining in or passively accepting the situation, or conversely, they can distance themselves from the bullies and defend the victims. Literature on victim support and on bystanders' role has underlined the value of involving the group, and specifically the silent majority, in order to change the dynamics of bullying and to stop negative behaviors. Consequently, an approach focused on peer involvement appears to be promising and suitable for use in anti-bullying and anti-cyberbullying programs. Peer education and peer support models are based on the assumption that peers have significant influence on each other. The group norms and behaviors are most likely to change when liked and trusted group members take the lead to initiate individual and contextual changes. But what can we do to encourage a bystander interventions in a bullying or cyberbullying episode? How can the victims and the bystander cope with these situations? We know that empathy and attitudes against bullying predict bystanders' interventions and problem-solving coping strategies. Perceived normative peer pressure for bystanders is also positively associated with helping a victim. Furthermore, having positive attitudes towards the victim leads students to feel greater personal responsibility for intervention, and both positive attitudes and feelings of responsibility are positively associated with the student's choice to defend the victim and to intervene. Following this consideration, we design an intervention working online and offline with a sequence of two main phases. The first phase of the program is managed by adults, psychology experts, and the second phase is led by peer educators, a group of students that assume a role of responsibility both in their classroom and online after a specific training. In details, peer educators online enhance awareness, provide support in the virtual context, and animate the forum and the virtual context of discussion. Face-to-face peer educators generally work in the class using a cooperative group approach, focusing on empathy and problem solving, and targeting the point of view of the victim and the bystanders in order to address the processes that can lead to a change in these two roles.
I'm Benedetta Palladino, and I'm going to talk about the evaluation of efficacy of the program. In this process, we attempted both to be responsive to the call for high-quality evaluation with theoretically grounded intervention and to match as near as possible the standards of evidence defined by the prevention science. We tested the program in two rigorous trials that involved students attending the first year of high school in different areas of Tuscany. In the first trial, the sample consisted of 622 students, of which 171 came from control school. It means a school that did not implement any kind of intervention. We found consistent positive effects on the target variables. Specifically, while the phenomena were quite stable in the control group, the experimental group showed a significant decrease over time in all negative outcome variables: victimization, bullying, cyber-victimization, and cyberbullying. Besides, internalizing symptoms also significantly decrease as an indirect effect of the program through the decrease of the cyber-victimization. The program was efficacious and the outcome remained quite stable over time. In fact, after 6 months at the follow-up measure, we found significant long-term effects. In addition, we found secondary effects of the program. The students in the experimental group were more likely to pass the grade and to be promoted to the following class of next school year. The efficacy of the program on all the target variables was confirmed also in a second independent trial with 461 students. Gender did not have interactive effects with the program, and both males and females of the experimental group reported a similar decreased prominence over time of bullying and cyberbullying. These findings support a model of bullying as a group phenomenon, both online and offline. In fact, trying to change individual cognition, coping strategies and values, simultaneously addressing the whole group, appears particularly promising. The program has also a more general ecological approach addressing individuals, class, school and community levels. The individual level was targeted with a peer education approach, the class level through the peer educator's intervention in the classroom, the school level through a short training for teachers, and the community level was targeted through the web-based activities for peer educators and other virtual participants. As an overall result, the intervention succeeded in creating a context that promotes an ethic of responsibility and enables students, teachers, and other participants to stand against bullying and to support and defend the victims. Thank you for your attention.